Going on, everybody? This is James Grandmaster Facts Voice, and you're here for another Facts Project review. Today, we are going to be covering High Strangeness Book Two. This is 1975. Obviously, this is the 4-book series between Spectre Vision and Oni Press. This is written by Zach Thompson and Daniel Noah. This is going to be illustrated by Noah Bailey and lettering done by Becca Carey. There is also an accompanying essay by Timothy Renner, because this particular story, it takes place in the Pacific Northwest, and it revolves around a jailbreak, or so it may seem, as a prison transport vehicle is traveling the highway, and then all of a sudden comes to an abrupt stop because something is eventually in the highway. But instead of stopping because they're on icy roads, they slip and crash about, to where 2 of the inmates start to make a run for it, because obviously in a whole heap of climax, they felt there was the need for them. This is their chance to basically break free. As a matter of fact, one of them actually talks about a cabin being like a sort of a distance away to where they can hide out until everything blows over. So while they're on the run, obviously, more than likely, some of the prison guards are chasing them throughout the wilderness. And then out of nowhere, they find a cave. When they find this cave, something is inside. Normally, you would think, okay, maybe it's just a bear in there, a little bit of wildlife, so where they would have to get out and get free. But no, this is like a Sasquatch, Bigfoot type of beast that happens to be in there and is attacking one of these men while they're inside, to where, of course, their natural abilities occur and they have to fight their way out of this cave. In the meantime, understanding exactly what they're fighting, they're coming to the understanding that this is not no ordinary creature that we're over here fighting. But eventually, what it turns out to be is that something else comes out of the woods, because after totally annihilating this creature and watching the death of one of these inmates, the one that's left behind is confronted by a couple prison guards. And then whatever this Sasquatch that they were fighting, a bigger one comes out of nowhere and just starts ripping at the prison guards while they think that they basically captured one of the inmates that may have escaped. But it seems as though as he's running away, he's just like, I told you that I did not want to run. But inevitably, this had to happen. And then time starts to boil over. Now, the person that I'm talking about is Elwood Krieger. 4 months go by. He is now grown into a natural citizen of the town where he basically escaped from. He has a young woman by his side, and he's basically starting a new life. All the midst of the while that he has been on the run since this particular incident. And as this pretty much boils over, of course, the nightmare starts at thinking that every single day that he might get caught, but also coming to the understanding of what pretty much happened to him while he was down there in that snowy cave, and understanding exactly what he killed when he was down there, and seeing a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch face to face. The woman that he's with, of course, is very suspicious of him, and she doesn't want to give away the fact that, he's not telling her everything about himself. As a matter of fact, he comes up with the alias Mike. His friend Brian, who was the other inmate that escaped from that prison break, ultimately got killed. And him being on the lam, he had to come up with this brand new identity. But the thing is, even after these few months have passed, this takes into the occurrence that she's pregnant. And because of the fact that she is pregnant, he has to reveal himself. He has to be more truthful to the fact of who exactly he is, to where he reveals to her that his name is Elwood Krieger. More and more months have passed, but he's, of course, getting more paranoid. He's having nightmares. Things are starting to happen in his psyche, to not only what he saw, but of course to the inevitability that authorities might be showing up at his door any day. Until one fateful day, because of the sighting of what he saw, not only is he approached by the authorities as he thought, he's approached by almost like a top secret organization. They pretty much are coming to the understanding that this Sasquatch that he killed was a baby, or better yet, a young Bigfoot. And that the one that basically hunted him down was its mother. And it's looking for him. It's been looking for him this entire time. Till finally, the day that those authorities show up is also around the same time that this gigantic beast of a mother Sasquatch just shows up out of nowhere. Ultimately, wants Elwood, to where he's made efficiencies to his house, like these little procurements, to where there's like an underground bunker. But as this motherly instinct pretty much kicks into view, this mother Sasquatch sees him and his soon-to-be child, pregnant woman and all, and is like, don't take her, take me type of situation. And then a little bit of empathy starts to happen, but all the while the authorities are pretty much in the whim, to where they want to take him away, and they pretty much subdue this monster. And he's approached by like a weird individual, basically saying, look, we just came to get the mother. Just don't speak of this, or we'll have to basically take you into the feds. His instincts kick in one more time, because while they're basically transporting this Sasquatch away, he feels the need to basically let it free, almost as like a favor or a return of a favor for like what he did, and trying to get a little bit of forgiveness. Let me at least let this Sasquatch go free. And this struggle happens to where he has to go on a high-speed chase against a bunch of cops and break this whole team away in order for the Sasquatch to go free. And he has to kill a bunch of agents that he had no idea that he was going to do, almost in the same occurrence that what happened to him at the beginning of the story. And he finally kind of like breaks down into it, and it's like, you know what, I can't keep being on the run. And he ultimately turns himself in. Now, the book, of course, takes place in 1975. He doesn't necessarily, as a matter of fact, towards the end of the book, he's still in jail, and it's 1978. His child is maybe around like 2 or 3 years old. She still has like a good relationship with him. It's a story, of course, with all these science fiction, Bigfoot mythology proportions, but yet it's a tale of empathy and a tale for forgiveness. I definitely like the way that Spectre Vision and Oni Press have been basically curating these books, especially from the element of sci-fi. Doing Bigfoot and jumping into that mythology can always be a little bit wonky, which I totally understand, but I am looking forward to seeing how these books come about. Now, note, I talked about the fact that Timothy Renner has an essay at the end of this book, almost in the same aspect as the first book. There was a small essay basically about the UFO phenomenon. This one has a story and essay about the Pacific Northwest and the sightings that occurred amongst Sasquatch and sightings around like Bigfoot type of proportions and everything like that. But shouts out to Daniel Noah, shouts out to Zach Thompson, and everybody over at Oni Press and Spectre Vision for basically making this happen. We will be looking forward to book 3, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel.